Ice Panel. My name is Marianne Miller. I am a professional voice actress, but I'm not in the show because I don't live in Texas. But I love it, just like you guys. So I wanted to talk about it with you guys. And these are my band of merry cross-dressing men. Is that how do we usually default to the gender of the character? That's what I do. But yes, so welcome to Yuri and Ice Kamicon, etc., etc. Amber, do you want to start off by talking about your presentation?
Give him our real name. Jeez.
Oh, crap. I mean, cosplay senpai. Hey, on!
Hi, my name is Ace. I have one of the wireless mics because I can't sit still for an hour. Yeah, same. I go by Cosplay Senpai, or Ace. You can find me on Instagram at Ask Cosplay Senpai. Please tag yourself in the giant photo that I just took. Marianne and I have known each other for a while, and we don't get to talk very often because we don't get to see each other very often. But this past winter anime season, we did have the opportunity to yell at each other in all caps over Facebook every Wednesday when episodes of Yuri on Ice would come out. And so next con we need to do a Yuri on Ice panel together. I was like, I got my Yuri, I got my Yurio, so definitely gonna happen.
I am Devi Girl number 3. That's my cosplay. You're welcome. I wished you good luck in, I almost said German. Russian, I did it.
Before these two introduce themselves, can we get a sound check on... irony. A sound check on the PC.
No. We can just sing the theme song, that's cool.
We could.
Can you hear my heartbeat? Tired feeling, never enough. I close my eyes and tell myself that my dreams will come true. There'll be no more darkness when you believe it. Yourself, you are unstoppable. Where your destiny lies. Dancing all the places that's behind of the song. Don't stop us now, the moment of truth. We were born to make history. We'll make it happen, we'll turn it around. Yes, we were born to make history.
We got the desk hand section over here.
Born to make history. Born to make history. Don't stop us now. The moment of truth. We were born to make history. We'll make it happen. We'll turn it around. Yes, we were born to make history. We were born to make history. Yes, we were born to make history. Yay, we did it.
That was the whole panel. You can all leave now.
Who needs Dean Fujioka?
You know you like a show and you can sing the entire song including the instrumental part.
A friend of mine really she wants to do a cover of History Maker. Hey! Are you actually cosplaying as Minako? Because you're trying! You succeeded!
Sorry. Oh man, no.
Can we just talk about the emotional distress that happens every time you pass that one body pillow booth in the dealer's hall and you see the 3 Yuri Kotsky body pillows? 3 variations. There's arrows, there's half-dressed arrows, and then there's just normal Yuri Kotsky. And then there's the official body pillow that just came out where he's like, let me eat my glasses because that's sexy.
Also, look, I'm engaged.
Yay! I was there in Barcelona watching you.
Pitch it? Is that you?
Yeah.
That's who we're missing.
I love the choir, the faces of the choir in that scene, because like there's one guy on the far left who's very disgruntled. He's like wearing an elf ears and he's like,
That's not legal in Russia.
Wearing elf ears isn't legal in Russia?
No, the engagement.
Oh, yes.
It's legal in Barcelona, in case anyone was curious. Oh, okay, I think we know the theme song, so...
You did it. And if you don't know the theme song, you do now. You're welcome. I'm a professionally trained opera singer. Growled that. We'll listen to it at the end. We'll come back to it. I have it on my phone, so we can always play it off that.
I also have clips from the dub, though.
Oh, Chris had it.
And yes, Chris, definitely Chris. Who's the youngest person in here?
How old are you?
I'm 11.
Do you go to public school? Then you're fine.
I really want them to say, like, after the clip is done, I am 12 and what is this?
Hold on. Yuri, how old are you?
Oh, 9!
God. Do you go to public school? Do you ride the bus? Then you're fine.
I like how their guardian is like, what's going on?
It's perfectly
It'll
PG-13.
be okay.
We did a fan fiction panel once, and some girl came in with her mom, and we were like, honey, what? A fan fiction panel, like fan fiction terminology and definitions and subject matter.
You remember when they were called lemons?
Yes.
Those were the days.
Oh my god.
We had an adage back in the day that was, when life gives you lemons, read them.
All right. Are we doing a sound check or
We are doing a sound check.
Okay. You know we're gonna have to sing the whole thing again. What episode is this from? Episode no, because what episode is this specific one from?
Maybe like 4.
Fun fact, for those of you who didn't know, the opening sequence actually changes a little bit every
Make
episode.
it more colorful. Hi.
The last one was
It's
my
okay. You know,
favorite.
if it's not gonna happen, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to listen to Chris Sabat arriving.
Thank you.
I love this song.
I love the ripple of realism.
I hate I didn't get a karaoke version of the theme of King JJ.
Are you guys ready?
Can you hear my heartbeat?
The display died.
It's like imagine if Yuri did the spin and he licked his lips and he was like, okay, that's it.
That's enough for me. I mean,
One quad flip and I'm done. You're welcome.
there we go. There we go.
There we are.
You better work.
Can you
How
hear
dare you?
my heartbeat? Tired of feeling never enough. I close my eyes and tell myself that my dreams will come true. There'll be no more darkness when you believe in yourself. You are unstoppable. Where your destiny lies, dancing on the blaze, you set my heart on fire. Don't stop us now, the moment of truth. We were born to make history. We'll make it happen, we'll turn it around. Yes, we were born to make history. Born to make history. Born to make history. Don't stop us now, the moment of truth. We were born to make history. We'll make it happen, we'll turn it around. Yes, we were born to make history. We were born to make history. Yes, we were born to make history.
Just kidding, it's a karaoke panel.
Up next, theme of King JJ.
No, I rule the world. Yurio's having an emotional day.
So, who in here got dragged in here by a family member and has not seen Yuri on Ice? Well, you're gonna. Who here has watched? Actually, who here has not watched a sports anime other than Yuri on Ice?
Wow.
Okay,
No, wait, I watched Free.
who has watched all the sports anime?
I haven't watched all of it.
But it's about sportsmanship.
Yes.
Sports, men. But Yuri on Ice is not that typical sports anime for a couple of reasons. First off, talk about research.
I'm gonna come
You wanna
over
see my
here in
pictures?
a cool
I made
corner.
some pictures.
I want to look at your pictures.
All right, you can look at my pictures. They're age appropriate.
Oh God. Oh, so these are like comparisons of what? We gotta play nice for the kiddies.
All right, I'll play nice for the kitties.
So these are real life
these
correlations to
are real life ice skaters that
Wait,
have...
shouldn't we explain what Yuri on Ice is first for the people, like the two people that haven't seen it?
No, because they're here already. We sang to them twice.
That's true. You're welcome. You're welcome. 3 times. Anyway, who's next to Victor?
Next to Victor, that is Evgeny. It's very difficult. Evgeny Plushenko.
Yeah.
Yes.
His middle name.
He is just as sweet as he can be.
Oh yeah, Victor is the silver-haired guy.
Yes, and he trained Yuzuru Hanyu, who is the visual inspiration for Yuri. Yeah, no, I had a gif of them like holding hands and skating together, but
Shut up.
It wouldn't load on the PowerPoint.
I'm really upset right now.
Up next to them is a guy named Johnny Weiss.
Weird.
Thank you. And he's.
As you can see, he's next to a human angel.
Yes.
Oh, long hair Victor, just...
Yeah, I'm telling you. He was actually ostracized for some reason, there is a lot of homophobia in professional ice skating.
Which is why this anime is such a big deal.
That's one big reason why this anime is such a big deal. But showing Victor in that outfit was essentially showing support for him and, yeah, you're gay, you're a really good skater, and people should love you like they love Victor. So I thought that was really sweet of, hey, you've gone through a lot of crap, but look, here's an anime version and everyone's in love with you. Yay. Down below, the Mila's inspiration, this ice skater, I don't remember her name, but she actually, say again?
Ashley Wagner.
Ashley Wagner, thank you.
Is she German, or?
Actually tweeted this comparison.
Oh, really?
She's like, look, I made my anime debut. But even Yuri's ballet teacher is based on an old prima ballerina.
Oh, yeah, I think I saw.
And everyone has some kind of visual comparison. Even Odebeck's inspiration is like, I don't know how they got this picture of me on my bike.
Prima ballerina's last name was Plasetskaya.
Oh, yes, the prima ballerina's name was Plasetskaya, which is the feminine form of Plasetsky, which is Yuri's last name, Yuri Plasetsky's last name.
Cheerio.
Surprisingly. This was just last week. What, Joe Johnson?
Yes.
An American skater?
No, he's Canadian.
Is he Canadian?
I
Okay,
think so.
He's like, I'm gonna do JJ at the Grand Prix. And everyone's like, no, you're not. He's like, yes, I am. And he did. And also, Yuri's inspiration has a Winnie the Pooh tissue box that he carries everywhere. And that's where the Makichin tissue box comes in. But most importantly,
Isn't there also like a Ted plushie that they reference for Odabe as well?
this guy. So when we say they draw realistic expectation for the animation, say that 5 times fast. They really did their research, even to the point where the moves that Yuri and Chris were doing while pole dancing in episode 10 were broken down by actual pole dancers. And the consensus was basically, Yuri's are pretty basic, you could learn that in about a month. Chris's are very advanced, and there are people who've done this for years that can't do what he's doing.
He's very flexible. You know, I gotta say, anime Hank Hill looks good in this picture.
This is a very short clip, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. It is a comparison of Yuzuru on the ice versus off the ice. I need you to listen carefully.
勝負の分かれ目となる4回転ジャンプをな
One more time. Listen to him.
勝負の分かれ目となる4回転ジャンプをな
One It is nice to see a sports anime where they focus on professionals rather than high schoolers, because it's nice to see that sort of coming of age story, but it's also nice to see people who really know what they're doing.
Well, and not only that, but like the thing that I like about Yuri on Ice versus other sports anime is like it's very performance based. There's a lot of athleticism involved, but I feel like it's kind of like I tell a lot of my friends, because I'm an actor and I'm friends with a lot of actors because I hate myself. But it's kind of required viewing for anyone in a performance industry, because there are so many correlations to like when Victor and Yuri are talking about when they first established their coaching relationship in episode 4. Not that I've seen this show 10 times, but and like they're on the ice.
Minimum.
They're on the ice and Victor's like, okay, well, what quads can you do? And Yuri's like, I can do a toe loop and I don't know about what else. And like he's like, no, okay, we'll just go back to basics. And that was so true for me when I was pursuing opera very seriously, because they're like, okay, what's your highest note? And I'm like, well, I gotta be natural above the staff. They're like, you should be singing an E. And I'm like, no, that's ridiculous.
You didn't even see that, huh?
Yeah, and also like when Olivia comes in and she's like grabbing Yurio's legs and pulling him into splits and everything else, and she's like, you're in abysmal shape. When I started working with opera coaches who had been prima donna opera singers and everything else, they were just that physical with me. I had never met these women before, and they were like, no, you need to be doing this, and they're like grabbing my butt, and I'm like, should I call the police? I don't...
Should I be paying you?
I mean, I was paying her. But I feel like it's more universally relatable, because everybody has performed at some point in their life. And,
Some people do panels.
Yeah. But I like that it has so much relatability, not just to people who are involved in sports, but people who are involved in other aspects of whatever.
But the ice skating scene loves this anime. Even the commentator is based on an actual commentator, and I had a photo of him being like Kabadan against the wall by Victor's inspiration, and I couldn't.
No.
Yeah.
Now I'm heartbroken. Well, wasn't
Evgenia Medvedev, is that her name? Medvedev, yes. She actually cosplayed Yuri. Yeah. And it's so adorable. It's on her Twitter page. If you go,
My mom's looking at me weird, but I'm putting this online anyway. I think it was what she posted on Twitter.
Did you guys see Joe Johnson, the Canadian ice skater? His mom started looking into Yuri on Ice, and she sent him a text that he screen capped, and she's like, "Oh, Yuri on Ice is about gay relations."
And that's how you're. Thank you for that lovely segue, Mariana, because that's how Yuri on Ice is different than other sports anime. This is actually gay, which is wonderful. I mean, just. We were watching on episode 1, it's like, wow, more queer baiting. Okay, yeah, I guess I should. But episode 2 is like, okay, they're pushing boundaries. Episode 3, you're like, is he skating between his legs? And we were like, if this is 12 episodes long, we're gonna have to change the rating.
I love, there was a post on Tumblr where like it was like episode 5 was like, this is gay, it's great, I want to shout it from the rooftops. And then episode 6 is like, it's so gay, I guess I gotta find a mountain to scream off of. And then like episode 7 is like, I need to scream this from space. And then episode 10, I have broken the laws of space and time.
I love the one that was like episodes 1 through 5 was like, how could this possibly be gayer? How could this possibly be gay? And then by like the last few episodes, like, I know it's gonna get gayer, but how? How could this actually possibly be gayer?
Oh my God, they're living together.
Yeah, but this last scene during the pair skate when Yuri rubs Victor's cheeks is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, bar none.
Well, and can we talk for a minute though, because the screen cap on the top left is quite controversial, isn't it? The hug or the kiss. People. I know. No. Okay,
we know.
Everybody.
We know
it was a kiss. But I actually have a theory about that, because Kubo, the woman who created the Kubo Sensei, yes, who created the series, she is very vague when talking about this, and she's admitted that she has said in private what it was, because apparently people are not sure. But
I don't. Okay.
I don't understand either. But she used.
See that even like to me, the bottom one is much more romantic anyway.
Yeah.
You don't look at somebody like that if they didn't just kiss you.
No. Well, he's talking about surprises.
Oh, I know.
They've hugged a lot. But it's interesting though because she used phrasing that was very specific. She said, "I'm happy with whatever way you choose to interpret it," which makes me believe that like she did that intentionally to trick homophobes into liking this show. But, or, you know, if people, because like, I mean, there was a period of time where I actually listened to my parents and I didn't really approve of gay people. And then I started reading Clamp stuff because that's the greatest way to start understanding those sorts of pairings. And I was like, wow, in Cardcaptors, I actually like Toya and Yukito together more than I like Lee and Sakura. So I like, it's interesting how those sorts of subtle things are like babies first.
I was tricked into it because
Yeah?
I was reading Digimon fanfiction. And they were using the Japanese names and I didn't know who was who. And
That sounds like a woman.
wow, this is really good. Who are these okay, it's Ken and Davis. Apparently I'm okay with that.
Can I just, full disclosure, the first time I saw this anime, I was screaming F-bombs and throwing pillows at the TV. My husband came downstairs and he sat, well, I told him
She
what
threw him
happened.
at the TV.
He came downstairs and he sat down to eat dinner with me and he's like, "Why are there pillows on the floor?" I had to explain myself.
At the end of episode 11, I had seen it before and then was watching it with my girlfriend and one of my friends, and we were sitting there watching it. And I'm trying not to give anything away because they're both very anti-spoiler. And episode 11 ends, and they both just kind of turn and look at me. I was like, what? They're like, are you gonna be okay? Like emotionally? No.
Oh, yeah.
Did anybody catch our Victor and Drunk Yuri last night? You did?
Yes, I did.
No, I didn't. I was not.
Oh my
Yes.
God, dinosaurs!
Look at that.
Dinosaurs are nice. Can you feel my extinction burst? I am dead because I'm a dinosaur.
They're yelling something that we can't hear.
You guys have such big mouths, but I
don't
can't
speak
hear
dinosaur.
it.
Rar, 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 rar.
It's Victor and Yuri as dinosaurs.
Oh, I do want to add something that I know I didn't put in here before I forget. But when we first meet Victor, he's introduced as someone who constantly surprises his audience, and that's where he gets his inspiration. Is he's always going to do the unexpected, and that's what people expect from him. Is they don't know what he's going to do, and that's what draws such a crowd for him. But that's exactly what Kubo Sensei did with this anime. Yeah, it's like really super meta.
Well, the thing what makes it so amazing is that the fact that, for those of you who don't know, in episode 10, Yuri throws himself onto Victor in a drunken stupor, and Yuri admires. Oh,
Yeah, we got that covered.
yay!
Okay, so yeah, no expectations in the story. So we at the very beginning, Yuri goes back to his hometown, he escapes for his best friend, and you're like, oh, he's gonna try to make her fall in love with. Joke! She's married and has 3 kids. Nah. Like, queer baiting. Nope. It's canon. Yuri's gonna try to win Victor over with. Victor has been smitten from day 1.
Yeah.
Like you can, yes. With it, Yuri's like, be my coach, Victor, and it like zooms in on Victor's eyes, and you hear this like, be my coach, Victor, and you see Victor's eyes get wide, and you hear this just gentle gay gasp.
The gayest gasp that ever gave.
And that's what it is. The story is so well written that you can watch it twice and it's a completely different story. Because after episode 10, everything Victor's doing makes more sense. Because we've been talking about how we weren't seeing anything from Victor's perspective and what's Victor's motivation and why is he so underdeveloped. It's because anything would give away the fact that he is absolutely madly in love.
Yeah. Well, and I just love that, like, for the whole first part of the show, there were a bunch of people who thought that Victor was, like, had ulterior motives.
Right.
And now it's like, oh no, Yuri's the jerk.
And so Victor's, poor thing, sitting there thinking, I have moved into this guy's house with my dog and all my luggage and just got naked and waited. So we could pick up where we left off from the banquet. He stated my routine. I thought that was acceptance. Oh, yes, in episode 2, when Victor's like, Yuri, let's sleep together.
No, that's episode 1.
Is that episode 1?
Yep. No, wait, it is episode 2, you're right. Crap.
Okay. All right.
Episode 1 ends with a butt.
Yes. Yeah.
I love how much they're talking about butts now, by the way. The creative staff, they're like specifically having interviews about how well muscle skaters' butts are.
JJ's butt, or JJ's butt here, and Chris's, and then it said, Walmart versus Chanel.
That's so rude! I love Chris. Chris is my husbando.
But yeah, in episode 2, we see Victor like cuddling his dog. And
Crying?
He's crying, and you're thinking, okay, why are his eyes watering while he's sleeping? But you realize he's brokenhearted because he thought that Yuri was like, I want you to be my coach. Come move to my house. And he showed up, and Yuri's like,
Yeah, full disclosure, my heart was breaking about every 10 minutes after episode 10 came out. I was like, oh my god, that part, oh no! He just loves him so much.
It's so well written. It's so well written, and there's a trope, there's a storytelling mechanism called the unreliable narrator, and if anything exemplifies the unreliable narrator, it's Yuri Katsuki.
What?
He's just like, I put this in for you. That makes it easy to watch twice or more, probably more.
Definitely more, in my
Yeah.
case.
I'm a dime a dozen figure. Okay, you made it to the Grand Prix. Even though you came in 6th, that means there's only 5 people better than you.
In the world.
In the world. So dime a dozen, not really. You know, nobody likes me. Everybody knows your name and wants to hang out with you.
Including Minami. Minami,
Little
I hope that Minami has at least half as many posters as, what's his name does? Yuri, the main character.
I wonder if Victor has posters of Yuri after.
Probably.
You know he does.
Wow.
He just bought the body pillow, so that just covered all his faces.
I don't know what Eros is. Are you sure? Yeah, be my coach, come visit my family, and has the gall to be surprised when Victor shows up naked trying to pick up where they left off. There we go. I said that already. About episode 10, Victor's spit take. This moment when he realizes
That Yuri has no idea.
what have I been doing? I showed up at his house naked, took over his entire life, proposed to him in front of a cathedral, and he doesn't even remember why I'm in love with him in the first place.
You know what I really love about this as well is like
Yuri's face, like Yurio's face.
Well, I was going to talk about it from a more flighty area, but yes, that too. But the thing that I really love about episode 10 in this show is like, well, first of all, it's very easy to identify who actually bothered to watch the whole show in the first place. But also, like, I feel like especially now, people are so against understanding context. Like, the word context is used by terrible people when they want to cover up the fact that they're being terrible, and I'll never deny that.
You can say homophobic, that's fine.
I'm just saying terrible people in general. But also, like, when we just kind of dismiss statements or when we dismiss things because of one singular moment, or in this case, because of queer baiting moments in the first, like, 3 episodes, really, it kind of, like, you do yourself a disservice because you're cutting yourself off from the full picture, you know what I mean? So I think, like, Yuri on Ice is a great example of why we need to be more patient.
Exactly. I will say the downside to Yuri on Ice is after you watch Yuri on Ice, it's hard to see gay in the other sports animes because after you've had an actual legitimate developed relationship, you can see how badly it is that everything else is just teasing.
There's no going back.
Yeah. Well, upside. This was so, I'm sorry, yelled over you. Upside.
Well, I was gonna say, I don't know if you guys know about Tsubasa. It's a Clamp manga, and like Kurogane and Fi, those two characters have been my OTP for 12 years. I don't. Well, it's a skin watch. It carved the time into my skin, and it never changes.
You really OTP.
Yes, but I have Fi's tattoo actually. But they were my OTP for so long. But Clamp has a habit of just sort of like hinting, and never actually acting on it. And like Yuri on Ice is such a great indicator of like how much media has advanced, because like Tsubasa came out in 2003 or something like that. And it's 13 years later, and we have, I mean, granted, there have been other instances of canon gay. I know, like, Wandering Sun is more progressive, Sailor Moon, yeah. Number 6, although that show is ridiculous. It's like every young adult cliche vomited and made that show. It's great.
I mean, tropes are tropes for a reason.
That's true.
So it's a good storytelling method. But the upside to this is they did not classify it as boys love. They did not classify it as shonen ai. It's a sports anime. They just happened to be gay. And the fact that the relationship itself was not sexualized, and they sold 55,000 copies.
67,000.
55 in Japan, 67 internationally.
No, that was just like in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was the last number.
My
I
numbers
saw.
are old. My numbers are old. But it was unbelievable how much they sold. The fact that they're gonna make money even though they make it gay and not fetishized gay means we're gonna get more stuff like this.
And hopefully more stuff involving 2 women as well.
Exactly. Yes. Yaoi eyes.
Yeah. Because, you know, I mean, like, I'm all about the gay, but I would like some love for women too, because I am a woman and I like watching women do things. That came out wrong. What's next?
I'm gonna throw out that there is a new sport anime coming out this summer called Dive.
Oh yeah.
It's about a dive team, and it has 2 exclamation marks after the title. I don't know if y'all heard this theory, but Free had 1 exclamation mark.
it's pretty
Haikyuu
good.
has 2, and Yuri on Ice has 3, and so it's like your gay scale. So Dive is gonna be mid-gay.
No, Yuri! Oh.
Look, the pose is the same. He's even still got the Y on his chest.
No! Oh, baby Yuri, no! You have your whole life ahead of you. You have no idea what's in store.
So, like I say here, the episode 10 implies also that either the venue has a stripper pole, or Chris carries one everywhere with him. And they are not in Chris's hometown, which means he has to ship it on the airplane with him.
No, actually, I figured this out. You know that little hidey hole that he has in the side of his costume? That's where he hides it.
Gotcha.
He just pulls it out.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
You can buy a stripper pole at Spencer's.
Well, now we know where Chris got it.
It's a wonderful exercise, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Lots of using your muscles.
Yeah. I do have this link pulled up, but they go through and they actually interviewed 2 professional pole dancers, and we're like, that's this move, that's this